Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the GOAT Sessions in 2024. We made it. Ladies and fellasmen, we made it. 2024. Um, Sorry I haven't come back sooner. It's been a busy week for me. Done a lot of things this past week, the first week of the new year. Got a lot of things done. A lot of progresses in my personal life and my financial side of things. So it's going good. It's going good, guys. Getting that money, budgeting, making that bread, knowing how to allocate money and resources correctly. It's a wonder. Got to start adulting at some time. So with today, um, this whole week I've been thinking about this, and it came to light today, which is today is Sunday. It's 11:05. Pretty late at night. I have to go to work tomorrow, but it's fine. I'll crack one out just for y'all. So I've been thinking about this whole week, this one thing, and it's the topic of regret. And specifically, how regret only has one purpose, and it's the only way regret can work. The only way at least I see regrets function is to show yourself that it really doesn't matter. Here's the thing. People have regrets in life, but there's a big fallacy of regrets that having them makes you some sort of like enlightened person. Everyone has regrets. And sure, we wish we could change the past, but we can't. That's why you should not let regret become your slave. You should not be enslaved to regret, because all regret's going to make you do is live in the past and never think about the future. If you always wish you had done something previously in the past another way, and you keep doting on it, people like that, they become a shell of their former selves. They don't know how to function. They don't know how to act properly. It's just always reminiscent, and it's good to reminisce. Don't get me wrong, it is. That's why photo albums exist. That's why memories exist. It's good to reminisce. You learn from the past, so you apply towards the present to make a better future. That's how it is. That's how it works. However, to constantly stay in that reminiscing state is unhealthy, very unhealthy. That's why people who have regrets, I used to be like that. I can't be around people like that so much anymore, because it's depressing. Honestly, it's very depressing. Because then people who are constantly like that, but by the way, the solution to regrets is to literally forge a new path in life, or do something about it that makes up for it, or that puts you on a different path. Either right the wrongs, or go on a new path that takes you away from the wrongs and that gets you away from what you've done. If you're constantly in that state, then how am I supposed to pity you if you haven't done anything to resolve the regret? I just I find it I find it challenging. Like, because when you have regret, it's not a little thing. Like, if we're talking about regret here, it's not like I regret I had an extra lunch on X amount a day. When we're talking about regret, these are big matters. These are financial, could be regarding marriage, education, like academic. A lot of people have regrets like that. Professional, in the workplace. These are life altering decisions. I understand people have regrets for those. But regrets, in my opinion, they only exist because then, in and of itself, to have the regret proves itself that it's not worthy of having the regret. So if I could let me phrase that a little bit better. The whole point of the regret, having the regret in the first place, is to show yourself that it's not worth having. It pops up, and by popping up, it should send an alert to your brain saying, okay, I feel bad about it. I'm guilty about it, but I'm not going to hold on to it and make it my burden and other people's burden to hear about. So I'm going to put that in the trash, but I'll remember it. You can remember things in life, good or bad, but you shouldn't have regrets. Because you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be the person you are today if it weren't for those things. And sure, we could go back in time and undo the whole thing and make a hypothetical scenario that you could be a better you today, but who knows? We don't have the evidence or a scientific test or experiment to determine that you would be better than yourself today. You'd be better off. So whatever you've gone through in life, whether self-inflicted or environmentally inflicted, meaning it happened to you, warranted or without warrant, you should be thankful regardless of whatever you went through. And I know that's hard to hear. That's a horrible thing to say for people who have gone through horrible situations. But you could use that. You could use that part of your story, part of your testimony to lead others and to counsel others about how to get through their lives and how to pass that message along. That's why you shouldn't have regrets. Because everything you experience in life has a purpose and it can be utilized. Not a lot of people say that. A lot of people say everything in life has a purpose and then that's it. No one tells you what to do with it. No, write about it. Talk about it. Give information about it to other people who are struggling with that domain, who may not understand your perspective on things or perspective on the specific topic or subject that is in line with what you experienced. There's a lot of people like that, like cancer survivors, people who survived war, people who got laid off from jobs, people who didn't make it into their dream school or university schools, people who didn't have the best life growing up with. They could be orphans, they could have single mom, single dad, like things like that. It's horrible scenarios for sure. Don't get me wrong, but you shouldn't have regrets over it, because sometimes if it's something you can't change, there's definitely no reason to have regrets over it, because you couldn't have changed it in the first place. Second of all, even if you could changed it, you rolled the dice and that's it. Now we have to use the moves that are available to us after you rolled the dice to pass that along, to use that in your journey, use that in your work environment, use that with your friends, your family. That becomes a part of your arsenal of knowledge of what you went through, because not a lot of people are going to know that except you, because your life is unique to only yourself, nobody else. That's the beauty of it, is that each regret is tailor-made to someone's life, but we're not tailor-made to have regrets, in my opinion. We're only there to have them and then quickly dispose of them, because regret is part of guilt. Regret symbolizes, I should have done something better. It's retrospective, it's retroactive, but unfortunately we are not retroactive. We cannot go back in the past and change that. We can look back in the past, take notes, do something in the future, and hope for a better future and let the future work itself out. Because we can't tire ourselves over these things that we did in the past, and we can't tire ourselves over things that have yet to be done in the future. We're at a stop sign, and our only goal is to move forward, not to figure out, okay, so when I get to point B, what am I going to do? And what about point A? Did I leave something at home? Did I do something messed up? No, we need to keep moving forward. Time is not going to stop for you. Time is not going to rewind itself back for you. Like in that analogy, traffic is not going to stop for you, right? The roads are not going to stop for you. Maybe it's going to be a little bit harder to get back home because there's a bunch of traffic. And maybe at point B, maybe at point B lies something mysterious, something that you don't know yet, right? And that's how life is. You don't know exactly where your goal is going to be until you get there, and then you figure out what you're going to do when you get there. You can have all these giant plans, which are great, but they may be totally skewed based on what you see when you arrive there. And that's why you can't have regrets, because it just adds to that baggage. There's already so much baggage in life already. And sorry if I'm rambling on, but I did put a lot of thought into this. I'm just trying to get it out in the best way I can. Life already has so much baggage in itself that you carry every day, which we need to learn how to get rid of. I'll probably make another video in the future regarding different types of baggage. But regrets are definitely one of them. Like, it's already baggage enough to not know where you're going to be in, like, the next year, yet alone the next few months in life. It's uncertainty. Uncertainty and doubt in itself is a baggage, because it constantly weighs on you. Every day you're thinking, Or every other day you're thinking, okay, I don't even know who I'm going to be. That's why you need to focus on the now, not the then and not the before. You know, you can't, you drive yourself mad thinking about regrets in that manner. You really do. And I hope that anyone who's watching this right now, please do not have these regrets. Do not let them consume you. You need to be in charge of what's going on in here. As a human being, you're kind of called to do that. When you grow up, you should be able to have the mental faculty to defeat any negative thought that comes in here. You can get them out. It's up to you. You are the gatekeeper of this. You have the decision to allow whatever comes into your mind and whatever comes out of your mind. And sure, we do have unconscious thoughts. I get that. Or subconscious thoughts. I understand. But then that goes towards our actions then. So if you're having thoughts that pop into your mind regarding regret, are you going to let that affect your actions? Mm-mm. Do not do it. And it places a burden on other people as well. Like, nobody should want it. Nobody should have to hear about your regrets. And sure, you could talk with someone, with your family or a counselor. That's fine with your friends. But every person you meet, do not be the character in the movie that's the washed up guy who could have been something in the past. Do not be that guy. Nobody has to be that guy. Because when you get off the horse, you could always get back up. No matter what. You can always get back up. Because the horse will still be standing there. And you may not think the horse is standing there. You may think it has ran off. But guess what? I have a little secret. You are the horse. You are the horse. In a sense, we're all goats, because I know this is the channel, but in a sense, we're all horses. We're running on the plains. We may need a horse when we're younger to guide us, but then we learn how to be the horse, how to run and scour across the plains for food, for nutrients, water, sustenance, whatever it may be. Your goals lie across the hills. You need to learn how to run. So when you fall down off yourself, or you fall, which would really be, that's actually the most logical way of saying it. If you fall down, you get right back up. It may take time, but don't sit there and don't become the person that when other horses walk by, you say to them, I could have been something, and I still have the ability to walk up. That's why you need people to pull you back up. A lot of these people in life are stuck in that regret mode. That's why they need someone to take them, to pull them out of the gutter and say, you know, we could do something with this. You have potential. Don't let it go to waste. There's nothing more depressing and sad than someone who has potential and is letting it go to waste. I think that's horrible. Because you could change, like I said in previous episodes, you can change your surroundings. You could change your environment to become someone not only better, than you were before, at least, like someone better than you were before, but you can also change other people's lives for the better and affect them in how they think and how they do and what they may do. Like, don't let regrets eat you alive. I hope that anyone watching understands that, because there was once in a time in my life where it did eat me alive, where I was confused about the future, and I always doted on the past. And I'm not that guy. I don't care about that anymore. I don't need to care about that anymore. I'm focusing on the present. What may come, let it come. Whether it be death or life. And in the past, stays the past. I've done some good things. I've done some horrible things. I've done some ugly things. But guess what? I've moved on. I've learned from it. I've reconciled with it, and I understand not only were those likely, you could say likely or unlikely, necessary, regardless if they were necessary or unnecessary, all of that culminated into what I am today. And now I have the knowledge to tell others to, hey, stray away from this, or you should do this. This would be more profitable. To guide others along a more enlightened path, or a more illuminous path, something that's not full of darkness, something that won't lead to vanity, and and self-perpetuated hatred, whatever it may be, something that led you down a dark path, or a path that was tumultuous, that you don't want anyone else to go down. You've gone through that so you can get others out of that. That's what you're here for. As I said, life would be very depressing if it was only us and nobody else. That's why we need to spread this good news to other people. I know what to do. I understand. I've been through the gutter and now I know how to get people out of the sewer. You know? Like, that's what we need to do. I feel like that's what we need to do. And that the first step of that is overcoming regret. Regret does not own you. You do not have a dog tag with your master's name as regret. You don't have a barcode on your arm saying your master's name is regret. You have nothing. You are a slave to no one in life. You are only a slave to what you choose to be a slave to at the end of the day. And most people are slaves to themselves. That's the sad part. And I think, what if we could never be free from ourselves? Well, that's a very good question. And I think likely a lot of the religious types would have to say something about that. In order to be free from yourself, you would have to commission power from an almighty source of being or a God to let you be free. And I think in death, there's the only way you're free from yourself. You lose your body, you lose everything tangible about you except your soul and your mind. Even your mind, actually. No, your mind goes away because your mind is impure. But when you're a soul, you're pure. However, this is all speculation at the end of the day. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I thought about that in the past. And I thought, a lot of people are slaves to their minds, slaves to their bodies, their passions and desires. And when you die, are you free? Because you're free of the body. That's true. But then again, that's only true assuming if you have a soul. And I grew up in the belief that everybody has a soul. I do believe that everybody has a soul. And other people don't believe that, and that's fine. That's fine. Believe what you want to believe. But on the subject of that debate, it would only be true that you could be free from yourself if you have a soul and you die, and you retain the soul after you die. So you're free from yourself. But then the next question is, so where do you go? Well, in the biblical sense, you go to heaven or hell. But then you have to consider the other religions, and then it gets all murky there. So there's a lot of questionability. And then that's what I mean right there. That whole entire little subtopic, that's what I mean, ladies and gents. There will come a day when we die. And for a lot of people, they don't know where they're going to go. And that's one of the things you really don't need to concern yourselves up so crazily about the future and where you're going to go. We don't know. All I can say is regarding after your death, right? Regarding that. Make the best decision you think based on your experience in life. And in order to do that, I feel like you'd need to hang out with a lot of people, and you'd have to know. Because I would do some research on that. That's actually interesting. Because then you have a lot of religions that have different theories regarding that, where we go after we die, and I don't know. Would we be free from ourselves? I guess, yeah. Like a lot of religions say, we would be free from ourselves, but then again, we don't know if that's true because there's no proof of anyone coming back from the afterlife saying this is what happened. So I don't know. That's actually a really good question. Sorry I took a little time on that, but. Also, do you want to really have regrets up to the point that when you die? If we don't know whether we'll be free from ourselves after we die, do you really want to take the chance of having regrets when you die? Because there's a chance perhaps you carry them with you. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Now that I think about it, so free from yourself to be free from the body after death. Is that possible? All I know is, like, from the Western point of view, regarding the biblical lore, is when you die, you can either go to heaven or hell. If you're in hell, though, you're in bondage, not to yourself necessarily, but to the devil. And when you go to heaven, you're with God. So there, you're free from yourself, and you live with God in eternal bliss. However, I don't know. So then that doesn't automatically make you free from yourself as a soul. Or maybe you are free from yourself, but you're not free. Ah, there it is. It's possible that you are free from yourself, meaning your body, the way you think, your pleasures and desires that are carnal. However, wherever you go in life, in the afterlife, wherever you go in the afterlife, you're not free. Unless there is like a little hub world or something that everyone shows out in for eternity. I don't know. That's just from the biblical context, being free from yourself but not free. I don't know about the other religions. You guys can tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear from it in everyone's perspective, because I don't want to think in just a Western-centric mentality regarding that. There's a lot of other perspectives to consider on that. And I'm glad to hear about it, to be honest, because it keeps us all well informed. But back to the topic of regret. And see, even regret, like, to be free of it, it's just a taste of being free from a part of yourself that's tainted, that has tar, that's sticky, and it sticks to the heart and it doesn't let go. To lose regret, it's one step forward in the right direction. And the direction, ultimately, at the end of the day, is to subside all worry and care from your mind and cast it out from your body. And I don't think anyone has gotten there yet. Even the monks, even the people who have achieved nirvana, it is impossible to do that. Because the human mind will always produce doubt and worry no matter what. It produces more doubt and worry than we can cast it out. It's impossible. So the best you can do is become a savant at dishing it out and saying, nope, don't eat it. That's the best you could do. And you know what? We could work with that. We've been working with that for, I don't know, thousands of years as the human race. So it's great. Perhaps millions, billions of years. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today. But aside from that, I hope everybody, excuse me, oh my gosh, hiccuping. Aside from that, I hope everybody had a great week this week. First week of the new year. We're starting off strong. I'm proud of you guys for making it through. I really am. Not a lot of people can make it to 2024. Considering we're the generation, that's crazy that we're like the most recent generation of humans to live to 2024. That's wild to me. Wow. We've come a long way. We really have. We just got to keep doing better, guys. We got to keep the faith, keep tradition, pass this on to our kids or pass this on to our friends if we're not going to have kids, and we just perpetuate this positivity across the world. And it's almost remnant of like a Stoic / Christian philosophy / existentialist philosophy that we need to rid ourselves, we need to cleanse ourselves of our impurities so we can show people that it is possible to do so. I think that's the way we need to do it. Now, I don't want to get into all the new age stuff like that, like cleansing yourself of that, like Reiki or is it Reiki? I don't know, Reiki or stuff like that. Not like that, but I mean on like a more practical level. Like you literally just, like I said, you have regret and you go, I don't even think about it. You don't have to conduct any healing spells or anything like that, like a mage or like a sorcerer. You don't have to do that. You know, base yourself in reality here. You know, this is all we got so far. That's all we know. So play by the cards and play the game that you know. So when you go to work tomorrow, think about all the regrets you have at work from your past, you know, working in your past with your family. And set that aside. And you know what? If I'm going to do my job correct today, I need to rid myself of everything that I have in my mind. And I need to just hone in. I need to lock in. So that's good. That's what you need to do. And remember, it's all a work in progress. You can't just expect to do this and be a professional on day one. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take years. You know, it's gonna take time. So don't worry. Don't worry and be happy. All right, it's like that's what your parents say to you when you're depressed. You're like, just be happy. Thanks, mom and dad. You fixed it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but be happy. You know, a lot of people are living in worse lives than we are right now. We're very privileged. Everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, where you come from. You're privileged in some way. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that. I regret it, at least. I didn't expect going into the hypothetical of being free from yourself in the afterlife. But you know, that's always fun to talk about. That's a very philosophical topic. But yeah, that's nice. Some announcements I want to make at the end because I don't want to do it at the beginning because you know it's very annoying. But I might do it in the next episode. I'm weird. I don't know. I got a book coming out. It's a book of poems I've written from 2020 to 2022. I finally published it a few days ago. I mean, not a few days ago. I finally published it yesterday. So it's going to take about 3 days max to get it verified. And then once it's published, I'll let you guys know next episode. I'll put the link in the description. So that'll be nice. That's got us going. I don't even know why I had a brain fart there. Okay, there it is. I wouldn't mind if you guys bought my book. I'm going to sell it for $20. It's about 280 something pages of just pure poetry, like 140 poems about. So I got that going on. That's going to be good. Besides that, I don't really know. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, New York. New Year's resolution wise, I don't really. I've been working out more. I already was doing it last year, but I'm working out more. Upgrading the wardrobe a little bit. Not today because it's late at night. I'm tired. I'm not gonna do that. And then what else? Man, I'm trying to think, dude. It's like 11:32. It's hard to think at 11:32. But I'm also reading more books this year. Gonna get into that more. I bought some books like sci-fi and like historical fiction. That's my jam. Historical fiction, unmatched, bro. That was loud. Unmatched, bro. I'm telling you, like it's so gritty. I love it. That and sci-fi, it's amazing. So that once I plan to finish some like certificate courses I've been taking since like November. Once I finish those up, I'm gonna start working on music more. Because that's what I do on my off time. I like playing a lot of music. I'm a bass player at heart. So that's what I've been doing with that. Got some hair products to help me with my hair. Trying to get that curly hair out. Now it's dry over the course of 30 minutes, so that's great. But yeah, pretty much that. So those are some updates going on in my lives. I hope everyone is doing great out there. I hope you guys are killing it. You guys are grinding at it and going hard. No matter what anyone says, you keep it. You keep the work ethic going, and you never stop. I mean, you can stop to recuperate. Don't worry. You know, you should stop. That's actually bad advice. Yeah, you should stop. Don't just be a train and just keep going. Learn when to take rest breaks. You know, and also make a calendar. Get a schedule going and what you need to do. And then what else? Oh, in my life, applications are going well. That's nice. I got applications. I work in healthcare, so I got applications coming up for like schools and stuff. I'm getting that done. So we're doing great, man. We're doing great. The goats are coming in strong 2024. I have a really good feeling that the goat community is gonna shine, right? Either in 2024 or the coming years, or in the coming years, because I'm little now. No one's watching me. That's fine. That's great. I could talk to myself all day throughout this screen, but you know, in the hypothetical chance that there are people watching who are touched by my words, thank you. Thank you for watching and for being a part of the community. You guys mean so much. You know, this podcast or this episode series or whatever this is, you can call it, this means nothing without you guys. Because I can make a YouTube channel that's all about me and my life, and I would probably get hits or something because a lot of people today are interested in other people's lives, but that doesn't give me anything. I feel like it's better to put out information and to put it out in the internet stratosphere than just talk about my life and stuff. I want to talk about things that we can actually like stimulate thought with and possibly use in our own lives. That's more practical. But yeah. Consider this the first episode of 2024, and consider this a starting point for a lot of you who want to get back into who want to improve on yourselves and your lives and what you're going through, and you want to improve your own health, like let's say for example, or improve your own finances, your family life, socialization, right, social skills, friend groups. Consider this your starting point. Make the time now to get better. You can't procrastinate because it's not going to get better if you don't put anything in. If you keep putting it off, if you keep putting it off, you're going to be starting before the starting line. See, that's how that works. A lot of people think that whenever they start, they start at the starting line. No, the longer you wait, you're going to go into like 32nd place, bro. You're starting before. You're not starting in first place. Hey, but more work, you can't complain about that. More compensation for more work, whether that means monetary or that means experience, cannot complain. You should always be willing to do more work because you're only going to get better because of it. You're only going to know more because of it. So, I think I'm going to wrap up here, guys. I think we did great today. Not going to lie. Oh, this is cool. Although without the lighting, there's a little bit of lag. That's fine. I don't mind that. But yeah, working on getting more materials and stuff for the podcast. Working on getting a camera. That's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Working on getting a camera. Something nicer that doesn't have all this fuzz going on in the screen like it's 2008 YouTube. But, you work with it. So, I hope everyone has a great week coming up. And I'll see you guys later. Love you, goats. You guys are the best. Next time, I'll probably play some music in the beginning because I've been listening to a lot of 3 Days Grace, and it's just, dude, such a good band. Oh my gosh. But yeah, love you guys. Have a great night, and stay frosty. You the goats. Never forget. Bye-bye.